Hey everyone, welcome to Tuesday with Pastor Dan. It's good to have you all here with me. Anyhow, as most of you know, this is one of my favorite times of year, the fall. There's football, there's crisper, cooler weather, there's deer hunting, and so it's just, I love this time of year, and I say that because I was in the woods the other night in my stand, and it was an evening, it was Sunday actually, and just kind of letting the world happen around me and just being there. Um, and in my trying to do too many things and focusing, I missed a chance on a really nice buck. Thankfully, he came back around and I was able to get him. But it made me think about being in the moment. We I don't think we're very good at that. We're not in the moment. We're either trying to live in the past or figure out what's going to happen in the future, and it just doesn't work. In fact, that's what leads to a lot of suffering and a lot of pain and a lot of struggle. I think it's a very Buddhist idea in terms of their faith. Permanence. Nothing is permanent. There's no permanence in life. Um, Everything fades away and dies out, and that's the thing is we grasp to what once was. We can't be now, and when we look too much towards the future, we're not actually seeing what is happening around us. It's our distraction, and I think it's a great way to lose a lot of joy in life. Joy happens now. Jesus says, "Let the evil of the day be sufficient thereunto. Let today be today." It comes right after he talks about do not worry because God will take care of the lily of the field, and takes care of the birds, the lilies, the grass, et cetera, et cetera. And how much more does God take care of us? And I think we spend too much time over planning or trying to regather what happened in the yesteryears and to remake them, and we lose joy. We miss out on the moment, and I think that's one of the things that maybe frustrated me about that moment in the woods more than anything. But also, it's one of the things the woods offers to me is I'm just in the moment. I have to be, not only just being prepared and being able to do what I'm out there to do, but also you're just there. There's nothing else. There's just squirrels and raccoons and bobcats and deer and turkeys, and the world's just alive, and looking at nature, those creatures, they're just right there, right then. They're and I might be anthropomorphizing them, putting feelings that they don't have. If they're feeling joy or happiness or whatever, if they do, it's right then and right there. They're focused on that moment, and I think it's something that we can learn to be focused on what's happening right now. The past, it doesn't exist. The future doesn't exist. The only thing that exists is now. Miguel Chen, in his book "I Want to Be Made Well," or "I Want to Be Well," talks about that. Again, it's a Buddhist point of view from him, but it's now. It's right now. The past is long gone. The future is never going to come, because when tomorrow comes, it's today. There's only today. It's all we have, and it's all we have in light of with God is right now, this moment. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We don't know what's going to happen, and when we try to manipulate what's going to happen, we lose our joy. Father Richard Rohr, who's great, this book's fantastic. It talks about the joyful mind. Doesn't need to be right. No longer, when you no longer need to compare yourself to others, you no longer need to compete. Your mind can be creative without needing anyone. No, this is live in contentment with whatever the moment offers. The moment offers. Not try to control it, but live in it. Your mind doesn't need to be in charge. There was another one, I've got to find it. You don't brood over injuries, right? We don't try to what happened. We don't obsess over negative thoughts. When we can forgive and forget. It's the ability to surrender to what is and where we are now. And that's hard. I understand that. But if we could focus on what's going on now, who's in front of us, what's in front of us, put the phones down, the things like that, and just be right now. I say that to tell you to get off your technology as you're on it, but just to be in the moment. Let the evil of the day be sufficient thereunto, and not worry or try to recreate like Jesus tells us to, but to be now. Because he says the moment is at hand, it is now. How much more joy our minds, our hearts, and our bodies would have. You'll have a blessed week. Look forward to seeing you soon.